Programming language Java and computer science. Today we're discussing abstract classes, and I will tell you about a few of my friends. I have a few friends, and as all my friends are, they are people who has a good nature and they have a sense of humor. They also have warmth, and also they give me a hug if I want them to give me one. And as you can see, my friends, they have many things in common. All of these things are methods that things that they do. And since I am giving each one of my friends a class that is dedicated to him or her, now that I'm writing the code, since those three friends has many things in common, I decide to put all those common methods in a parent class, and all of those friends are going to inherit that one parent class. And this will help me to reuse code. So regarding the parent class, which I will call now people that I love, so regarding that class, I have a few methods in it. And for example, the method that I'm writing in that parent class, which I call people that I love, in that parent class, one method is give me a hug, giving a hug. And interestingly, all my friends give a hug quite in the same manner. So regarding that method, I don't mind to put in the parent class some body to that method, and then all of my friends, all of those child classes that I discussed, named Tammy, Albert, and Alex. These are my three friends. Each one of them, when he inherits the method from the parent class, well, this method, this body of the method of how they give me a hug, it's quite similar, so it will fit all three friends. However, regarding the other methods, the methods of being kind, the method of having a sense of humor, and the method of having warmth, well, each one of those friends of mine, they do it a bit differently. For example, when my friend Alex, when he shows his good of heart, his kind heart, he shows it with the fact that when I call him, he always answers and is ready to speak with me. And regarding my friend Tammy, her kindness and good heart, she shows it in the fact that she always has something kind to say to me. And the third friend, Albert, the way that he shows his kindness and his good heart is by the fact that he's helping his parents all the time. So as you can see, what I did, what I want to do in such situation is that in the parent class, regarding those other methods that I just now discussed that are not exactly the same when I look at three of my friends. So regarding those methods, I will not give them a body in the parent class, people that I love. I will keep those methods abstract. I will keep them with no content, with no body, and all I will do in the parent class is just write their signature, what is the kind of variable that I should feed them, what kind of parameters they need from me, what kind of information they will give me back, whether it's string or int or void. So just those basic information, and that's it. I'm gonna leave everything else blank, no content to those methods. And since those methods are considered to be abstract because they don't have any content, then my class, my parent class, which includes those methods, those abstract methods, should be considered to be should be deemed to be an abstract class as well. If I will not write the word abstract in the signature of that class, I will get a compile error. So the code will not compile. So even though I have also one method in this parent class that is not abstract, the method of giving a hug, it has a content. But since I have in this parent class a few methods that are abstract, I need to write the word abstract at the signature of the class, or else this class will not compile. And the minute I do that, the minute I write the word abstract in the signature of a class, what happens is that I can no longer instantiate this class. In other words, I can no longer use the word new in order to create an object of this parent class, people that I love. Because whenever I take a class, and it also can be a class that doesn't even have abstract methods. It could be even a class that has methods that are non-abstract, that has content. And if I take any class and I put the word abstract in its signature, that's it. I cannot instantiate it anymore. I cannot create objects using the word new from that kind of class. So no more objects of the type people that I love, the minute I put the word abstract in that signature of that class. But interestingly, this class that is an abstract class, it does have a constructor. It does have a constructor in it, even though I'm not creating and cannot create any objects of that parent class, people that I love. So how is this possible? Well, maybe I write a constructor. I physically write a constructor in this parent class. Maybe I don't write any constructor, but Java, as Java always does, if there is no constructor in a class, Java will add a constructor for me. It's going to be a parameterless constructor, a constructor that demands nothing as parameters, but Java will see that I will have some constructor in that class, even though it's abstract. So it's either I write a constructor to that abstract class, or Java inserts one even without my knowledge, but it will have a constructor, this abstract class. And what use do we do with this constructor? Well, if I look at the child classes of that parent class, the child classes that I called Tammy and Albert and Alex, well, those child classes, when they use the word new in order to create objects of those child classes, Albert, Tamar, and Albert, Tammy, and Alex, well, in the code of the constructor of those child classes, the first line in their constructor should be the word super, and then calling a constructor of the parent, the abstract parent. So as we see, even though that there is no instantiation and there are no object of the parent class, the class people that I love, there will be a use of its constructor in the child classes, in the code of their own constructors. And it's quite interesting to see that in my example, which I now presented, I told you that I wrote physically myself in the parent class, people that I love, I wrote in them a few methods that are abstract. But I would have got the same effect even if I would not write those methods, those abstract methods myself. I could have got the same effect if what I would do is I would say that I have some kind of interface. And let's say this interface has also something to do with friends. Let's call this interface friendable. So this interface, friendable, as all interfaces, it has abstract methods. So if I look at this parent class of mine, this class that I called people that I love, and even if I would not myself physically write those abstract methods in it of kindness and sense of humor and warmth, but what I would do in that class, people that I love, I would write the word implement in its signature of that class and say that I'm implementing this interface friendable. So what happens is that just by saying that I'm implementing this interface friendable, then I am it seems now that my class, people that I love, now it includes all of those abstract methods that were in that interface friendable. And if I will not write a body in that class, people that I love, if I will not write a body to each and every abstract method that exists in the interface friendable, which I'm implementing, then it seems to Java, to the computer, that my class, people that I love, has in it methods that are abstract because I did not write the content to all of them. So in this case, if I will try to compile my class, people that I love, and I implemented this interface friendable, but I did not write content to each and every abstract method in the interface friendable, then I will have a compile time error, unless I will place the word abstract at the signature of that class that is implementing the interface and not giving a content, a body, to each of the methods. So it seems that I should decide what I want. It's whether I want my class to be abstract, and then I cannot make any instances of it, or in the other hand, I have to write content to each and every method that's in it, and to each and every method of an interface that this class is implementing. Because if something stays without a content, then this class should be declared as abstract and should have that word in its signature. And the last thing I wanted to tell you is that, interestingly, in an abstract class, we can, if we want to, if we wish to, we can place in it our good old method main. So the method that we always use, a method that is called main, the main method that always runs first when we run our programs, this method, it can be placed, if we want to, in an abstract class. And the reason for that is that main, you remember it's written static main. Well, main is a static method. Being a static method, main does not need an object to run. And therefore, it does not matter to main to be placed in a class that is abstract, a class that cannot be instantiated, because main, since it is static, does not need an object in order to run. I hope you find this explanation to be interesting. Thank you for watching.